Hello,
Hello.
welcome to our podcast.
Yay. Yeah, it's already
Yay,
episode
episode 4.
4. Yeah. Um the world has been changed since the last month and last episode, and I think it makes many people pretty much depressed and concerned. So,
Yeah, totally.
yeah. I hope the situation gets better for everyone soon, and yeah, let's hope
Yeah,
everything will get better soon. So, our topic
yeah,
for today is coincidentally place. Maybe we can start with
yeah.
some positive vibes, right? So, the first question for Gino. Where was your last holiday place?
Oh, wait, I think we totally miss about our drinks.
Oh, yeah. When we talk about vacation, then we need to grab some drinks. So, what kind of drinks did you
Yeah,
bring today?
sadly, it's not alcohol today
Oh, what?
because
Are you in
too,
rehab?
it's too, it's too early. It's too early for drinks now. I can start, but today I stick to this black tea,
Mm-hmm.
a little bit of caffeine, and it's really good. I got this black tea from my friend
Mm-hmm.
who visited to UK before,
Oh,
and
yeah.
she brought
The
this.
country of tea.
Mm.
Have a tea, please. Have a tea, please. Have a cup of tea. Um, for me, I wanted to
Yeah.
bring Radler today because the weather these days is so awesome, and it's not very common to have this weather in spring in Germany, I would say. But
Mm.
it's so awesome, so I wanted to have some Radler, yeah. But like the thing is, the sunshine is so warm, but on the other hand, the wind and the air temperature is pretty cold. So I was like, okay, let's stick with some hot beverage. So I brought some, yeah, for cappuccino, and uh,
Okay.
now it's like three p.m. and it's not the best timing to drink cappuccino. And so I hope
Mm.
some of our audience don't get offended by this.
That's good though, no? Like this a
Oh, it's
cappuccino
illegal in
and
Italy.
start of the weekend.
It's illegal in
Yes.
Italy to drink cappuccino after 10 in the morning. It's illegal.
Oh.
Almost, yeah. So when was your last holiday?
Oh, okay. So the last place I visited to for a short trip was Leipzig in Germany.
Leipzig in Germany. And when was
But
it?
yeah, Leipzig. That was end of January,
Mm.
and but I only stay one night,
Mm-hmm.
so 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
So it was very short, but was really really nice.
Mm-hmm.
If I if I count holidays a bit longer one, it's definitely Korea.
Oh.
That was last winter. I visited around like 3 weeks or something. That was really amazing.
Do you feel like visiting your family in Korea as a holiday? I mean, visiting Korea. Traveling in
Yeah,
Korea is a holiday to you? Because for,
yeah.
for me, it's a
Actually,
different feeling.
yeah. I kind of understand like how you meant,
Mm-hmm.
but now for me, if I go and visit to Korea, is also vacation,
Mm-hmm.
but it can be a little bit workation
Yes.
because it's not fully relaxing time. If you understand what I mean.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Right?
Because my holiday is like brain free, no brainer trip.
Okay.
And it's like I
Mm.
shouldn't have any kind of schedule like to stick to, or like I don't know, any restriction or something like that. But I don't know, like when I visit my family, it's although I love to visit my family, and visiting Korea, I
Mm.
love it, but it's also like sometimes it's feeling like a business trip, because you have some certain
Yeah.
schedule to accomplish.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
A
But
lot.
but
A lot.
yeah, it's like a homecoming, you know. It's
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, we can say that it's a holiday too, because one holiday makes you refresh and I don't
Mm.
know, chill. So
But actually, I think this is
mhm.
no. Like I think it's really good to think about because I personally think I haven't really done proper holiday,
Oh,
at least for a few years. I think like if I adjust that
okay.
definition about holiday from you,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think like like some kind of vacation time, like going to the beach and just
Mm-hmm.
doing nothing and just swimming. Those kind of holidays, I haven't done it for ages, to be honest.
Do you prefer this kind of holidays, or do you prefer more like a short holiday, like you're visiting Leipzig or something,
Mm.
like a city viewing?
It's kind of in between for me.
Mm-hmm.
I think if I have any, if I have time and if I are willing to go to the seaside city, of course, yes. Of course, yes. I think longer holiday is always more welcome.
Of course, of course.
But at the same time, I really enjoy the city travel as well.
Mhm.
And I
Yeah.
think that's why, yeah, I think that's why most of cities I've been to was more city tour,
Mm-hmm.
like Tokyo or like some kind of busy city.
That's
And
interesting actually, because it's totally opposite. It's totally opposite of me, because I would prefer to go to more or in nature, especially beachside and coastside.
yeah,
Beautiful like beaches, and like you can do some water sports and so on. That will be much better, and then you can enjoy like a night. Maybe it's because I'm from Busan, like which is coast area too. So it kind of reminds me of like my hometown too. And
yeah,
but yeah, but it depends on really weather and like circumstance. But I would prefer to
for
go to
sure.
nature in summer, but in the
Mm.
on the other hand, in winter I would like to visit the city too. But um, yeah. However, I'm not big fan of like modern cities, so I didn't really find.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
I didn't find interest in London, for example. I mean, yeah, London is also
Mm.
historical, but very modern too. And like Hong Kong or this kind of thing. Maybe because I'm from modern city, maybe. So I don't really
Mm.
find them special things. But I
Yeah,
really love to go to medieval cities or ancient cities like Athens or Rome.
yeah.
Yeah, so you
I
can see the
see.
history.
That's very interesting. I think I'm kind of opposite. Like, even though I'm from Seoul,
Mm-hmm.
I think our cities you just mentioned, London and Hong Kong,
Mm-hmm.
that I really liked when I was there.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't say I would like to go there again and again, but it was still nice.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
So the last vacation. Um,
So when you're on
but
holiday, then yeah, sorry, go on.
no, like I think we want you to ask same questions.
Okay. So so when you're on holiday, what kind of activities like do you like? As I said, I like more in the water sports or like really, physical activities I would prefer, because like I don't know, normally when you're not in holiday, you don't have enough time and like opportunity, chance to do it in normal life, weekdays or something. So I think I prefer
Yeah,
like a physical activities.
yeah.
What about you?
No, I think it totally makes sense. Like I'm not really big fan of like always going some place that I can swim. That's why it's not really high priority that
Mm-hmm.
going to vacation to be able to swim somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
of course, is great options, and I know you like it. But I think I prefer more like exhibition
Museums.
and going to museum that I never been to, and I also try to eat some local food that I can only eat there.
Okay.
But also not really obsessed for food, to be honest. Like,
I know what you
you
mean.
know, like yeah, it's like
I'm the same, like similar person as you, because I'm not a big fan of like eating interesting food or something. Like for me, eating food is for survive. Yeah, but I hope I didn't make
yeah.
somebody offended. So
No,
by my
I totally
statement.
get it because I think everyone's travel style is different. I think maybe if we go travel together, we definitely not gonna obsess for 3 meals
Yeah.
per day. I think for one meal, one good meal per day can be good for me.
Actually,
And
the
just rather spend a lot
yeah,
of times with
the funny thing is
other
like
things.
this is kind of private thing, but like we have been traveling together many times. But to be
Yeah.
honest, I don't remember any single dish
Mm.
that we had together. You know, it's not like yeah,
Really?
I remember that we had paella, like we had some. I don't know. In Netherlands, we
Mm.
had some pancakes, but it's not. It doesn't have
Oh
impact.
yeah.
You know, it doesn't have impact. It's more like
Exactly.
yeah, like
Yeah.
drinking. Yeah, this is. So I will ask you very difficult question for you now. You know,
Okay.
very difficult question. What was
Okay.
your
Very difficult question.
best? What was your
Mm.
best dish in your holiday? Do you ever have this
Oh
like,
my
oh my god,
god.
this food I have to come back because of this.
Oh yeah, I definitely have. I enjoyed a lot Japanese ramen.
Yeah.
That one is kind of the only one that
In where?
makes me in Tokyo. That was in Tokyo. But as you know, we are pretty close enough for this ramen culture
Mm-hmm.
from Japan because
Yeah.
yeah, because we yeah, it's pretty close country.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know what kind of ramen style Tokyo has. But
Tokyo
I'm
ramen
sure
is like
I have.
soya, soy sauce
Oh yeah,
based. Yes, soyu ramen.
but oh soyu.
I think.
Yeah, but I enjoyed a lot, and I tried so many different ramen places in Berlin. Of course, there's
Nothing
no
is like
place
yeah.
is close from there. But in Korea, it's pretty better. It's pretty better to find better ramen place. But yeah, ramen in Japan definitely. That I can think one dish. But other than that, to be honest,
Can I say?
I'm
Can I tell you
not
something
sure.
interesting actually? Because yeah, I have been
Yeah.
in Japan like several times because like Busan and Japan is like really close. It's closer to than Seoul, I would say. Like
Oh, that's true.
Hakata from Busan is closer than like Busan to Seoul. So like when I was in teenage time, I visited Hakata more than Seoul, actually. More often than Seoul. But anyway, what I wanted to say is, yeah, my favorite ramen is Hakata ramen, of course, because it's very similar to my traditional dish in Busan, like 국밥.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
my best
국밥
ramen,
is so good.
my
국밥
best
is so
ramen
good.
experience was, don't be surprised, it was in Amsterdam.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it was franchise. I don't
What?
know. I don't know what happened. Maybe I was just like, super hungry. I don't know. Or maybe I was in a bad situation. I really don't know why. But like, it was such a franchise restaurant. I had no expectation. I just wanted to fill my stomach. And like me, a friend of mine and I went there. And it was the best ramen place ever.
That's very unexpected answer.
Yes, and also the best sushi I ever tried is like actually recently. Recently I went to Athens, and there I'm sorry, but the food in Athens so horrible, like so horrible. So we went to mostly
Oh my
Asian restaurant or like franchise because
Yeah.
like, otherwise you either get scammed with the shitty food, or like just shit.
That's so bad. Like, what kind of
No
food
offense.
they have?
I mean, Greek. Like I like Greek food, and like when I was traveling in other places, the Greek restaurant was awesome, authentic, But like in Athens, it's like you don't go to Seoul to have like try Korean traditional food. It's like that, but Athens is more like many scammers and so on. But anyway, what I wanted to say was we went to a Japanese restaurant because like okay, we have no expectation. Like let's go, and that place looks pretty awesome, and we had some hangover and we ordered some food, and it was really amazing. Really amazing.
Okay.
One of the like
Okay.
I cannot say, I'm not sure if I can say it was the best, but I can say it was like top three,
Oh,
and the chef wasn't
that
Japanese.
actually that's the thing. Like nowadays, good thing of trying new food and other food in other countries is so diverse, and you can experience really great Korean dishes even in Berlin or another way around. I think this is, yeah, like big advantage that we can have.
Yes, definitely.
Maybe.
I really
No,
like
like
that the fact that Japanese and Chinese they traveled much earlier than other Asians. You know, they live
yeah.
abroad, they moved abroad, so they could make this kind of at a restaurant. So like I can get
Mm,
Chinese food everywhere. I can get Japanese food almost everywhere. You know, and this is super good for me. But yeah, we are talking
that's
about
really good.
food now.
Oh,
That
like,
place.
wait, like what about we do another episode for food? I
I
think can be
think
really fun though.
yeah, I think we can do it definitely. Although we are not
Yeah,
a huge fan of food, but we have many things to talk about. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
No, because I didn't expect at all we're gonna talk about food for 5 minutes already.
Really 5 minutes. Okay, okay. Then we definitely need to make one episode only for food. Okay,
Yeah.
then we talked about vacation. Then have you ever been the place that oh shit I want to live here forever, or like I want to
Mm.
come back to here after my retirement. Do you have you ever felt like that in some vacation place?
I think, oh, this is something I can't really say. I don't really know yet
Mm-hmm.
because I believe I still have so many different places I never been to.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I just don't want to choose in between these two places I have lived in
Mm-hmm.
my life. And if I need to think about, okay, like this is a place I want to live forever. I want to make another options as well, like just like make sure the first different options. But now I don't really have.
So you want to
So
live in here and there.
mm,
Damn, you're a rich
no,
girl.
not here and there. Maybe one place,
Mm-hmm.
but I want to make it a bit more open. So I wanna, yeah. So maybe that's kind of the sign I need to travel more.
Yeah, definitely,
No,
definitely. Then
I don't know. Like,
what kind
mm,
of place you want to live after retirement? Then do you have any like kind of picture in your mind, or like it's totally
mm,
not defined yet?
oh, it's very vague because it's very different between like after 10 years or after 20 years or after retirement. It can be very different answer, to be honest. So like retirement for me,
Mm-hmm.
maybe it's a little bit too far to think about it
Then
if I
let
need to choose for living.
then let me ask you
But
in this way. Let's write down some requirements. Let's say we
mm,
have so many options, and we want to choose
mm,
like the place to live after retirement.
yeah,
Which
yeah.
factor would you like to have more weight more?
Like like the first thing would be if I feel comfortable.
So like size wise, yeah, I need at least this infrastructure. I need a
Mm,
medical, I don't know, medical facility around in 10 minutes or something like this kind of
yeah.
stuff.
Like first of all, I would definitely choose somewhere which is clean and tidy.
That's for sure. Nobody wants to live in shithole.
No, like it's,
Yeah.
yeah, like I agree, but at the same time, depends on which city are you at. Some of cities are pretty dirty that
Mm.
you always see every time when you go out.
I know what
But
you
other
mean.
cities, other cities can be very
Yeah, I
like
know
more
what you mean.
caring about where you live.
Yes.
Or I think it's really good thought about medical situation as well. It's super important if you care
Yeah.
about after retirement.
Yeah, that's what I think is one of the most important thing. It's the
Yeah,
most important thing,
yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Oh, and also the weather wise,
Oh,
somewhere it has 4 different seasons.
okay, four
Or at
different
least
seasons.
or at least something I can bear
Okay.
the heat, like somewhere I can bear. Like for example, not
Moderate.
like
Not like here.
four different. How can I say, like all the time warm weather? No,
No. Oh my god.
no.
Okay. It's like for me, like I would love to live in summer place, like what the place which is summer all the time. And
Oh
I don't,
really?
yes, but I don't mind to have like 4 seasons. But to be honest, I don't want to
Mm.
have many rainy days. I would like to have like some rainy days, of course.
Yeah.
But like many rainy days, like if you get older, I don't know, like rainy days make your leg ache, you know?
Oh, I see.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So probably I will feel
I
pain in rainy
totally.
days.
No, I think somewhere a bit sunnier could be much better, of course.
Hmm.
But I think I also really like winter clothes, so maybe that's just the only options that I want to choose for different seasons.
What about
But
Australia?
mm, Australia, I think can be a good
Option, I think.
place.
Yeah, I think it's one
But
of a good
but
option.
but I can't say I never lived there. So
Yeah, me neither. I haven't been there,
mm.
but they have nice kangaroos and like natures, you know. And I think also like medical system and all the infrastructure is pretty good over there. And
Mm,
but I'm not
yeah.
sure because I cannot really tell. I heard this from the my friends who lives in Australia, but I never experienced
Mm.
myself. So yeah, but what kind of place? I'm talking about like building structure, so to say. Would you like to live in the apartment or like just a house?
Oh, that's a very good question. I think living in an apartment, you mean after retirement or?
No, in general, like if you can answer like, oh yeah, like I want to live in apartment, but after retirement, I want to live in an house. But then for me,
Apartment
it's the
is,
opposite way. Yeah.
mm, yeah, I wanna build my own house actually.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
really?
yeah. I
This is really unexpected answer from you because I thought like
really.
you would always want to live in apartment like with this like some, how do you say, not like modern but
Mm.
it's simpler, I would say.
Oh, ah, yeah, but like of course, like from the outside is you never know what's inside, like.
Mhm.
But this is just maybe someday, like in the future. But apartment is definitely is much more convenient and also in security wise.
Yeah.
I think you don't necessarily need to worry so many things compared to living in your own house, I would
Hmm.
say.
That's
But
so true. That's so true. Yeah.
yeah, but like I think make it simpler and like this modern way is always depends on how you make it and how you build it. And even though you build a house, it can be very simple and
Hmm.
it can be built by very modern way. So I'm not really
Yeah, but
thinking about that way. But
there are many things to take care about. Like if you live in a house, for example, like I'm living in a house now, and I always lived in the apartment area before, you
yeah,
know, and I always
yeah.
have this kind of fantasy to live in a house with
Mm.
like a garden, like with a big garden. I always had this fantasy since I was kid,
Yeah.
and yeah, I think there's a pros and cons because like living in apartment, you don't have to take care about many things like securities or like
Right.
maintenance and facility things, but also you
Mm.
have to be careful because it's like you are not the only family in one building, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But like living in a house is much better much better in terms of this like noise or like a living quality, life quality, I would say, because you have garden, then like you don't need a park, basically.
Yeah.
But
Like
also,
how?
yeah, but
Oh,
I think
sorry.
it is too, because now I'm not taking care of my garden like a lawn or I don't know, cleaning or yeah,
Mm.
cutting, like this kind of. I'm not doing anything because my landlord doing everything for, yeah, everything. But it would be really annoying if I have to do myself, because lawn, they grow, the
Mm.
grass grows super fast, and yeah.
Yeah.
So I actually wanted to ask you, because you said that you want to build your own apartment, own house. Yeah. What kind of, yeah, what do you want to build?
I
Yeah,
wanna
that's very interesting.
build. I I wanna build something without garden. Actually, I don't want garden. I
Really?
don't need garden.
Why?
Yeah. So that's why garden is not really important factor for me. If I imagine myself that living in a house,
Mm-hmm.
like I want to be a bit more convenient way that you can easily access to other area. So it's not like I'm considering, oh, like my house should have garden and it's a little bit far from other um, main district, for example. No, like no, like my imagination is just house and a bit small, but which has everything that what I need inside. That's it.
Everything what you did inside of the building.
Yeah, so like it doesn't need to be huge house. It doesn't need to have garden, for example. It doesn't need to have, yeah, like some other things. I wanna minimize as much as possible if I can.
Mm-hmm.
But also at the same time, if I find the same opportunity from apartment or other buildings, then of course yes. I think it's not a bad
Yeah.
consideration. Living in apartment is always good option.
Yeah,
I
it is
think.
definitely, and I want to hear more about your house plan, actually, because you said
You're
that.
very obsessed.
Yeah, I'm obsessed now, because I cannot really visualize in my brain now, because it
Mm,
has to be minimal life kind of, but everything has to be inside, and like, so it's hard to
yeah.
imagine it. Could you please
Mm.
tell us what kind of things are essential for living?
Or I will ask you this because you're living in a house
Mm-hmm.
that what was not so necessary thing, but they have inside a building or outside of the building from your perspective, because I don't know what can be cut down when you plan building a house or
Mm-hmm.
when you want to live in house, because I never lived in house. So maybe I'm just having different thought, far from reality,
Mm-hmm. So
but
like not necessary thing, you mean? What do I
yeah, like
think
for
not
example,
necessary from my house?
like yeah, like garden. Do you think if it's really necessary? And then if yes,
Oh yes, garden is so much
why? Yeah.
necessary if you live in house, I think, because garden
Mm.
garden makes you to have a space
Yeah.
to, how do you say, to separate from other people's, like neighbors' place and your place.
Ah, yeah.
That's one
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
thing. And another thing,
Mm.
it's green and it makes you relaxed.
Mm.
Like it's really, so
Mm.
I think, let's say it's the same area, and if there is no garden but just concrete or cement, or like let's say marble, like, which is awesome, that it
Mm.
will be
Mm.
too, it will be too dry for me. And for,
Mm.
if you don't have garden, where do you have barbecue?
Yeah, barbecue. Barbecue is so important, actually.
Yeah, and to be honest, like there's more. I would say, there's there are many not necessary things, but not necessary means it's not essential, but it's good to have, isn't it? Like for
It
example,
is.
I
It
would love to
is.
have sauna in my apartment. Although it's not necessary,
Oh wow.
we have sauna,
Like
but
jacuzzi.
we have sauna in the basement, but we don't really use it. We have like solarium and sauna, like real sauna, not jacuzzi.
Yeah.
But we don't use it, unfortunately, due to high gas price and so on. Yeah. Anyway,
That's crazy. You have it.
I always had it. But I never used it because it's expensive to run. It's cheaper to go to sauna, like actual sauna. But anyway, and to be honest, like for me, the essential thing, like for example, let's say I'm trying to find a new apartment to live, then I need a hot tub.
Oh. Yeah.
For me, this is essential.
Oh wow, this is very different than me because you mentioned about so for garden and hot tub. Both I don't need it.
I need either garden or balcony, and hot tub essential. Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, like this kind of preference, you can definitely make different house and different decoration, different interior inside because like I personally I don't use hot tub, so I don't necessarily need it, so that means I don't need a big bathroom, for example. And I would rather use that space for just a little bit, I don't know, like extended like washing area. No, like not workplace, but I like a little bit bigger 세면대?
Sink. Yeah.
Yeah, like a little bit bigger sink. For example, like this. So I think that's why everyone's house or everyone's apartment looked very different when you really go inside.
Yes.
Like
that's
balcony as well. Balcony is also not necessary option, but what is really essential for me is a lot of sunlight.
That's for sure.
So,
yeah.
Yeah. But but I also see a lot of friends around me, also included you, they really need balcony when they're looking for a flat. It's a default option.
Actually, this conversation reminds me of the time. Do you remember once, like we were about to thinking about, thinking of like finding a common place for us to live together at some point, and we were like discussing a lot of things, and we didn't find any meeting point because like our perspective is so different, so different. And
that's true.
Yeah, this reminds me of that time actually.
Oh my god, I totally forgot about it.
Yeah, we were like, we didn't understand each other, Why do you need that? We didn't have acceptance on each other at that time, I guess. I said, why do you need it? You're like, why do you not? It was,
Yeah.
That represents how different we are.
Exactly. Well, I think that was really fun conversation. Like even like few years ago we were talking about it, and
yeah. So it will never happen, I guess. we will live together unless we build a building together. Not a house, but building.
Let's just stay as a neighbor. I think it would be really fun if we live as a neighbor because then we save time and etc.
That's so true. Then we need a podcasting area, podcasting room in the basement. So then there's something like some object or like some kind of feeling that when you are at home that finally I'm home. Like for example, like when you go on a holiday and when you're coming back and like when you see something and when you think about your home and say, I'm going home. Like there's something that makes you feel like home.
Yeah.
It can be some object from your house. It can be like a people from your neighbors. It can be some monument or anything. Like, what kind of thing makes you feel like that?
I think nowadays it's definitely listening German language. somewhere when you're coming back, and also it's also the same to when you take fly like from Germany to Korea. If you hear a lot of Korean language, it sounds
Yes,
like
I'm
oh, okay,
home.
almost home now.
Yeah, and K-pop.
K-pop and ice americano is everywhere.
Oh yes, ice americano,
Yes.
definitely.
And
that
a
makes
lot
me
of
home, yeah.
a lot of Starbucks at the street, like those kind of stuff.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
true. For me, like, um, yeah, like home, like house itself, like is more like place, like just it's not like emotional thing for me because it's just like a building for me. Houses,
Yeah.
as you know, I don't really like to decorate my apartment. I like to live as it is, and I always like because I move a lot and I move city here and there a lot, so I always live in the furnished apartment. So I don't really feel like this the flat itself doesn't give me like home, but I think people around, you know, like the vibe, or for example, like um like do you know we have some big monument around my area, like we have been there, and we like when we were going to Amsterdam, we saw that, oh, like that monument is so
Oh
big, we
yeah,
should
I
visit there, you know,
remember.
like, you know,
I
at that
remember.
time. And nowadays, because somehow I'm living in near this monument, and when I see this monument, I feel like I'm home,
Oh.
you know. And also
Yeah.
like when I visit my family, or like when I visit some of my friend, like we use airport, right, normally, and when someone is waiting for me at the airport, I feel like I'm welcome, or like I feel like I'm home.
Oh my god, that's so sweet though.
Yeah, right.
That
This is
yeah.
definitely makes me feel like I'm home.
That's
Yeah.
yeah, like when the gate is opened, like when someone is standing there and looking
Yeah.
at you, it feels very, like
Yeah, and that's so sweet.
it's
And
different.
the fact that somebody is waiting for me in this place, you know, that makes me
Yeah.
like feeling like home, I can say.
Oh, I think all of a sudden we are like so emotional now thinking about this situation at the airport. But yeah, definitely. Like also I think food wise, like do you have
Yes.
any like certain food that reminds you of the home
Oh,
or
yeah, I have many actually. I have many. Like, yeah, food and also smells. Like, especially if I go to like
yes.
wet market, it doesn't smell that good, you know. But it
Yeah.
reminds me of Busan wet market all the time, like port.
Oh my god.
And food is like hometown food for sure, or like mom's food,
For sure.
like kimbap, for example. And these days,
Oh my god, me too.
Yeah. these days I'm trying to copy her recipe to feel like home. And because it just like food is, yeah, although we are not big fan of food, but food has like so many of feelings in, like there's you can see the food, you can smell the food, you can feel the food. How do you say it stimulates our sensors like really much, and it just bring me back to my home. But there's some certain
Oh my
food like
God.
that, you know what I mean, like childhood
Yeah,
food. We
I
call it soul food, isn't it?
soul food, and actually like my soul food is like both mom's food and a lot of street food actually.
Oh,
Like kimbap of course, and tteokbokki or I'm so hungry now. Sundae
yeah,
and
especially like
odeng.
childhood food, you know.
Oh.
Like for example, lasagna, like it doesn't make me feel like home. Because I tried. Let me tell you this. No offense to this Italian food, but I tried my first lasagna like after, like at the age of 25 or something like that. So lasagna is not my childhood food at all. So it doesn't bring me home. Although I love it. But yeah, I think like when you share so many memories with the food, then definitely it's a kind of flashback and throwing you back to
Yeah.
the past.
I have
guess.
this random question. Like, one is if you needed to leave Germany, and what kind of food will be the most?
That I will
Like,
miss
Yeah, like
from Germany.
maybe yeah, from Germany, because I don't think it's an easy question.
I think kebab.
Beer, maybe
Kebab.
beer.
Lamachun definitely.
Oh yes.
You know how horrible
Yeah,
the
kebab.
kebabs are in Seoul. You know how horrible they are.
Yeah,
Super
they're
expensive.
bad.
Super expensive and super bad. I think I will definitely miss lamachun. But schnitzel you can have everywhere. But currywurst? I'm not sure.
Currywurst.
Yeah,
Currywurst.
Yeah, because I miss currywurst when I was in Athens and when I was in Sicilia last time. I missed that actually.
They even have vegan currywurst nowadays. So
I mean,
many
no
options.
surprise.
No surprise.
There's like a super spicy one too, you know?
Yeah.
And
Also around my place.
oh yeah, that one, yeah. But it's not that spicy for Koreans.
Korea is so spicy though. Because
Why
yeah,
are
I
we
don't
so
really eat
obsessed
a lot
with
of
food
spicy
today?
food. Are we hungry? Did you
I
have
think
lunch?
we have
I
to change
didn't
our
have.
topic to food. I had a
Let's.
late lunch. No, early lunch actually. Late breakfast, brunch. I had pretzel, so like German, you know.
Oh my god. Yeah, like we should change the topic actually.
Maybe like we have to upload like place and food.
Oh, I'm so hungry actually.
I can see that because you cannot stop talking about. Oh my god, this reminds me of some time too, but I wouldn't mention it now.
Yeah, I kind of assume what it's gonna be. Yeah, actually, I have a question for place.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever had any places that Yeah. Oh wait. Okay. Was there any cities you would dream of?
To visit or to live?
Yeah, to visit or to leave. Maybe both ways.
To visit, I think yeah, I had a really huge fantasy in like any place in Greece. I had like huge
Really?
fantasy. I had, but not
Wow.
anymore because I have been. So I love it. Like I think, yeah. I really like ancient Greek myth, and it was like my childhood story. Like it's my childhood, like completely. And I really had a fantasy to visit Greece, and I was super happy when I was there for the first time actually.
That's great though.
Yeah, but to live, I want to live in some place super beautiful and like a holiday place. You see the tourists. I want to live in somewhere where the tourists are, but not too touristic.
Yeah, like what kind of place could be like that?
When I was in Sicily, and I saw some local people actually who moved from outside, like they are not even Italian, and yeah, they had like a similar mind. I want to live in somewhere like touristic place, but not too touristic, so you see many new people, and you see only good thing, basically. Like you don't have this kind of feeling that normally end of the holiday you say, oh, I don't want to go back, you know.
Oh,
This feeling.
yeah.
But you will never
I
have
hate this feeling.
Yeah, you will never have this feeling if you live in holiday place. Make sense?
That's true. But what if you miss the city then again?
I mean, so I'm not saying that I want to live in countryside only, but like something in between. Like, for example, Busan. Yeah, many of my colleagues and like my friends ask me why the hell I left my my hometown, because it's beautiful and it's touristic, you know, and it's city too. It's very modern. But
that's true.
Yeah, those kind of place I would say. But Busan is too modern. Yeah. Yeah.
No, I think I get it.
Yeah, something in between. Something in between.
Something in between.
Near
Yeah, that would
beach.
be nice.
I mean, to be honest,
Near
I need a
beach.
beach. That's it. I need a beach.
You need a beach.
Okay, I don't need. It doesn't have to be touristic, but I need a beach. That's necessary. Tourist is like not essential. It's like, yeah, because I don't like tourists either. So I like new faces, but I don't like tourists. So yeah, I have a super random question because we're talking about vacation and like place. Would you like to travel to the universe, or like would you like to go outside of Earth? Let's say that
definitely.
once it's commercialized, or
Yeah,
Would
I
you-
will. I'm waiting for it.
only once it's commercialized. Do you like to take a risk?
Yeah, I would visit.
For me, I don't know. I really want to travel outside, but on the other hand, I don't want to take a risk. And yeah, I would love to do it after commercialization of, like everybody can. Although this is super expensive, but like this, it's safe because I don't
Yeah.
think it's that worth it to risk my life.
I think depends on how old are you then.
Yeah, of course. Like if
Because-
I'm 60 or 70. No, 60 is too early. 60 is too early. I think, yeah.
You think so?
Man, my father is 60. and yeah, I'm like, man, what do you mean? Yeah,
I think, if you're old enough, I would definitely would like to visit. If
But
I could have any opportunity.
do you think
Yes.
there will be like I'm old enough like that? I'm old enough to risk my life. Do you think it will be this age?
At this moment, I'm not sure. Because
Like-
now we're really, really, really actively doing something.
So we have
And
so
I
many
wanna
things
I wanna experience so many things from Earth yet. Still. So I don't really think about going there. Even
Now.
though I could have opportunity now. But in the future, yes.
Yeah, I would love to travel, but I don't want to go there for research purpose. For example, like now, like you go there, do some research, and yeah, it will be super like such an honor. But
Yeah.
I don't know, is that safe? I don't know.
But you
I don't
can
know.
but you can have opportunity to try this space food, for example.
Oh, super expensive and tastes like shit. But you can try that in the I don't know, like in some museum too, I guess.
Oh really?
Space-
Oh my
space
god, I wanna
food.
go
I think
there.
I think it will be some like samples for in education.
I wanna
purposes.
go. Where can I do it? I'm gonna search after today's recording.
NASA museum.
NASA
think so.
museum, okay.
I think so. Okay. Actually, this place topic is kind of special for us because we live in abroad. It's not very common. It's relatively common than before, but it's not everybody does.
Yeah.
What I can say is like we both are in the situation to live as a majority. For example, when we lived in Korea, we were definitely majority, and like also we had a experience to live in minority, like especially living in Germany or How do you compare like living as a majority and living as a minority?
I think that the basic setup is different because maybe you may need to put more effort just for basic living situation, like a lot of document work, especially in Germany. And also we need to build a new social connection as well. However, I think once you get used to it, and if you're willing to getting used to it, and when everything is set up from your perspective, I think it's not so different, but maybe just the vibes I didn't really notice. I didn't really notice for few years, and then when I visited to Korea last year again, I really felt, oh, yeah, actually that this was the feeling living in Korea, because everyone around me was Korean basically, and also very easy to understand emotionally.
It's it's because we are used to it. I think
But I think,
yeah yeah
sorry,
go on.
but I think at the same time, if you are really patched from this language and also the society and the culture way, I don't think that's gonna be a big problem living as a minority.
Definitely, I think there's a pros and cons to live as a majority and minority, definitely. And yeah, as an individual, yeah, like if I see like the pros for being majority, like living as a majority is like you have less concern because everything,
Yeah.
every system is for majority, like
Yeah.
focused on majority people. But also like being minority is, yeah, sometimes it's bad, but sometimes like it's also like you can take a benefit of it, because like I'm feeling like as an individual, I'm feeling I got more acceptance, tolerance from other
Yeah.
people, because like for example, if let's say I ride a bicycle the place which you are not allowed to ride, then like because I'm not used to this system, so other people wouldn't tell me of that bad. You know what I mean? So they say, oh, she doesn't know because maybe she's not used to it because she's minority. So they have more acceptance of me. And I think that's also like one benefit to being, to living as a minority. But what I can tell is, I feel like as a majority people, like they don't really have how do you say, they don't empathy on the minorities problem, because they don't have this problem in their hands, and they often think skip this problem, they don't try to make it up because it doesn't bother them. That's how I feel. But also minority and also majority people think that it's unfair, like often unfair, like a supporting minority, and also being minority people, like minority people feel unfair that majority people have this like as a granted, So I think both sides feeling unfair and unfair at some point, and I think this is the system's responsibility to make people feeling less unfair,
Yeah, I don't think so. Like, even though we have fully understand each other with these two different groups, I think still there should have some kind of blockers.
Yeah, it's like I would say this both group, because it's like it's opposite group, and it tend to not understand each other's point or demands, because they both feel unfair. And I think, actually this what I wanted to have it as a last question, like making the world better place. And I think the better place in the world is like having less hatred to each groups.
That's very, very important.
Yeah, so I think hatred is coming from unfair, like feeling unfair.
This situation, especially in our country at this moment, there's huge hating each other between male and female group,
Every group, this is like, I think it's very natural thing as a human being or animals even, but what we have to work on, I think that's our job, like as an individual. So as you say,
Definitely.
being my majority and living as a minority doesn't, as an individual, it doesn't make that big difference, but in the groups wise, like social group wise, is a big difference, I would say. You know what I mean? So we often say that, like, or even like in many songs there are lyrics like make the world a better place, right? If let's say you have enough money, somehow you have enough power to change the world, let's say, then what do you want to work on to make the world a better place?
Mm. Wait, so I think what is the better place for you in general? Like,
For me, as I said, my better place is hating each other less. That would be my better place. And feeling
okay.
more fair than before.
Mm.
Everybody.
I think that's very, very important topics. Very, very important. And for me, like I would like to focus a bit more environment issue. If I could have, if I could have some magic or whatever that I can change it, then yeah, that's definitely the thing I would like to highlight more to the people. And
Makes totally
yeah,
sense.
because there's so many different depressing issue that we are confronting right now in this world.
Yeah, it's
And
like
I think,
really big. Hmm.
yeah, like as you said, our individual has different focus topic, and even just two of us, we have different
Yes.
thing. This is very, very interesting.
Hmm. For me, if I have enough money, actually, I was thinking about this question like, yeah, many times like last several days, and like my conclusion is I want to work on the education system if I have
Oh,
money and power, enough money and power to change the world. It's because
that's yeah.
education is like making potential bigger, and like a current
Mm.
education system is focusing on the public interest, which means like they are working on the efficiency as an education strategy. You know what I mean? So like most of the students, like they focus on the progress on the most students, not like individuals. So for me, like it doesn't matter like about like what kind of group of society you are in, but I want, if I have enough money and power, I want to have a place and I want to invest my money to develop the education system that they can work on the individual, not only working on the education efficiency, which is focused on the public interest.
That's very important. But did you mean that like just in general in the world, because we are educated in Korea most of the time, like maybe our entire life as a student,
Mm-hmm.
and I often thought that this system is really not great
It's
for students.
Yeah, it's that's
But
the thing. The reason why everybody thinks that our education system is shit, but it's not like the disaster, you know. So that means they are focused on the public interest, which they can make the
it
most
really is.
output, you know.
It really is. And
But it doesn't really. Yeah, it can speed up some process, but it wouldn't. I don't know. It's too unified system, and yeah, like not only just the normal student, but also like we don't have enough study on the, like for example, mentally disabled people, like because we only consider them as a underdog or weak, you know, which we have to take care of them. But if we have enough study and like a time and research and money for that to have a research about it, then maybe we can find a better, like let's say better strategy, or like some point we didn't even know, like some ability that we didn't even know. We will find it and we can develop it and we can use it for the social, like our society, maybe. That's my point. That that's the thing that I wanted to say. I don't know if I'm addressing my opinion properly.
I think you did. And education system is also definitely something I'm interested in.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it's a bit difficult to follow up all different countries' education system apart from where we are used to live and where we used to study or where we are. However, I think that's very, very great topics that you mentioned actually
Yeah.
because
If I'm working
definitely
on the education system, I wouldn't work on a general education system, but maybe I will I will build an institute to specialize in this area, to research more
Oh,
social, yeah, stuff. That's
yeah.
what I wanted to do. So it was like very great conversation that we had. Like I really
It
enjoy like
was.
the vacation, especially vacation and food, and like I really like to talk about this majority and minority topic too.
It was great.
It was, and I hope our world get better. Yeah, we can make the world better
Hopefully.
place,
Yeah.
better and better day by day. We can work on it. Yeah, although we don't have enough money and power, but like, we can work as an individual to make better place.
That's the thing, I think, even though we know we have a lot of social issues, however, like this in general, the issues in the world, I think we should still think more positive way
Mm-hmm.
to see more potential and to see a bit more possibility about how we can change.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's it.
So let's hope our planning gets better in the next month, and
Yeah.
yeah, say goodbye to in this episode.
It was really great and fun actually, the topic about place. And we should definitely organize the topic with food.
Yes,
I think.
food.
Okay, I will make a note. And yeah, so thanks for today, and it was great.
And see you next month.
See you next month.
I'm Han.
I'm Chino.
And
We are No. Bye bye, listeners.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Bye.